I hear a lot of misinformation about what the purpose of gun-free zones are, and so in this video I'm going to explain what that purpose is and what that purpose is not. Because there are many people who believe that the purpose of a gun-free zone is to stop mass shooters from going into that zone and killing people, to stop terrorists from going into that zone and killing people, and I have noticed a startling pattern in the sorts of people who believe that is what the purpose is. Those people are conservative people that believe that. The only people who say it are conservative people and conservative people in the media. Those people in the media do not actually believe that, but they are saying that, and they're leading to conservatives thinking that that is what the point of those laws is. And because that is not what the point is, it's important that we clarify this. And so I'm going to use an analogy to explain this, but first a declaration. The point of gun-free zones is not to stop mass shooters, and it's not to stop terrorists from going into that zone. Liberals do not believe that. Liberals do not say that. So when you spread a meme as a conservative that says, oh, ha, 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 it's not going to stop a mass shooter, that is not a gotcha. You did not get a liberal because liberals do not believe that. You have been fooled into thinking they believe that by idiots in the media. So what is it actually about? What is the purpose of a gun-free zone? The purpose of a gun-free zone is to stop the sorts of accidental shootings that happen when guns are frequently around an area. Okay? And so if people are bringing guns into a place and they have the gun, they keep the gun on them, they store the gun in a room in this place, they occasionally clean it, they occasionally put it down when they go to the bathroom, those sorts of situations, guns simply being habitually in an area, can lead to deaths that don't have anything to do with mass shootings or terrorist attacks. We have all seen the stories of the security guards or even the cops who've left their pistols on the top of a toilet or in their desk or in the backseat of their car. It's simply around, and mistakes happen because, as I'm sure you're willing to agree, humans are human and they are fallible as God made them. Okay, and then of course that's not to discount the possibility that those guns will be stolen while they're in a location, that they can simply be left around and kids can come across them. It is those sorts of accidental random deaths that happen when guns are in an area that it is trying to stop. Okay? It's not trying to stop someone with criminal malicious intent from bringing a gun into the area and shooting someone. Okay, the purpose of all of the memes making fun of gun-free zones is how laughable is it to think that it could stop a terrorist? And I agree, nobody actually thinks that except perhaps Bill O'Reilly. And so don't allow yourself to be lied to. And I have an amazing analogy for you, I think, that will help to explain this, okay? Now, I don't know if you have a dog, but for the purpose of this, imagine that you have a dog. Okay, and you're walking your dog and you come across a park, and in front of that park there's a sign that says no dogs allowed. Now, are you physically capable of bringing your dog into that park? Yes, of course you are. If you wanted to, you could walk past the sign with your dog. Okay? Nobody who put up that sign believes that that sign will stop someone from bringing a dog in by itself, okay? It doesn't have any magic power. It doesn't have any ability to ward you off with the force. And so you might say, well, then what's the purpose of it? Okay? That's what conservatives are doing by saying if it doesn't stop a mass shooter, why would you have the sign at all? Why would you have the policy, the law at all? Okay? Because while someone could bring a dog into this park, they don't want dogs to be constantly, habitually in that area, okay? Because if you simply have dogs around on a daily basis, occasionally the dog will take a shit. Occasionally a dog will bite someone. Occasionally a dog will tear up some weeds, okay? If you simply allow dogs to constantly be in this region, accidents happen and dogs are fallible, and so sometimes shit happens, okay? But if you put up the sign, while that won't stop some asshole with a pack of dogs from going in if that's what he's gonna do, it will stop lots of people from constantly having their dogs in the area. And that is exactly the same as the gun-free zones. Mass shooters are not the target of these laws. Terrorists are not the targets of these laws. I agree with you that that would be ridiculous if that was the purpose. But accidental shootings, gun thefts, that sort of thing, which is not totally rare, it happens all the time. Thousands of people get shot accidentally in the US every single year. They are trying to stop those sorts of habitual deaths. Okay? Now, I've spread that information to you. You can, if you're conservative, you can refuse to accept it, and you can continue to believe, as the Blaze will tell you, that liberals believe that there's a magic power to putting up a sign. If that makes you feel better, you can believe that. But it has been myth-busted for you. And so the soul of your argument, of your meme sharing, will be lost from this point on. Obviously, I can't stop you from sharing it. I, like a gun-free zone sign, have no magic power. I just would hope that you'd want to be a little bit responsible with your life.